You know, it's literally hard to keep up with the sheer volume of scandals in the Bush administration, which is why I like to download the latest scandals right onto my iPod.
Look inside your tiny mind and look a bit harder. 'Cause we're so uninspired, so sick and tired of all the hatred you harbor. So you say it's not okay to be gay. Well, I think you're just evil. You're just some racist who can't tie my laces. Your point of view is medieval. Small-minded, you want to be like your father. It's approval you're after. Well, that's not how you find it. Do you really enjoy living a life that's so hateful? 'Cause there's a hole where your soul should be. You're losing control of it, and it's really distasteful. You think we need to go to war? Well, you're already in one. 'Cause it's people like you that need to get slew. No one wants your opinion.
Not having weapons of mass destruction was a significant disappointment. I don't know if you want to call those mistakes or not, but things didn't go according to plan, let's put it that way.
We have been abandoned by our own country. The aftermath of Hurricane Katrina will go down as one of the worst abandonments of Americans on American soil ever in U.S. history.
Katrina exposed serious problems in our response capability at all levels of government, and to the extent that the federal government didn't fully do its job right, I take responsibility.
It's not just Katrina that caused all these deaths in New Orleans here. We still have weeks to go in this tragedy. We have months to go. We have years to go. And whoever's at the top of this totem pole, and believe me, they need to be fired right away. And we've got to start with some new leadership. They were told every single day, the cavalry's coming. The cavalry's coming. I have just begun to hear the hoofs of the cavalry. The cavalry's still not here yet, but I've begun to hear the hoofs, and we're almost a week out. Let me give you just 3 quick examples. We had Walmart deliver 3 trucks of water, trailer trucks of water. FEMA turned them back. They said we didn't need them. We had 1,000 gallons of diesel fuel on a Coast Guard vessel docked in my parish. The Coast Guard said, come get the fuel right away. When we got there with our trucks, they got a word. FEMA says, don't give you the fuel. Yesterday, FEMA comes in and cuts all of our emergency communication lines. They cut them without notice.
I'd impeach him for sitting there for 7 minutes on 9/11 when he was told the country was under attack.
You would impeach the president for sitting there waiting for direction from his security people?
Waiting for direction? We're talking about getting up and acting at the very moment we need the commander-in-chief the most. What could be more important for a president of the United States to do than to react at that moment when he hears the words, "The country is under attack"? Just in a hypothetical, a president in the nuclear age, Joe, the nuclear age, when missiles can reach us in an hour or less, is told the words, "The country is under attack." He's not told what kind of attack, whether it's nuclear, who the attacker is. He's not sure the extent of the attack, whether what went on before that his staff knows about is just the beginning of something. For you to defend a president, to sit there for even, as I say, 7 seconds, let alone 7 minutes in these circumstances, tells me that you're blinded as to who this man is.
Was 9/11 preventable?
Let me compare 9/11 and the period immediately before it. In December 1999, we received intelligence reports that there were going to be major al-Qaeda attacks. President Clinton asked his national security advisor, Sandy Berger, to hold daily meetings with the Attorney General, the FBI director, the CIA director, and stop the attacks. And every day, they went back from the White House to the FBI, to the Justice Department, to CIA, and they shook the trees to find out if there was any information. In the summer of 2001, when we had even more clear indications that there was going to be an attack, did the president ask for daily meetings of his team to try to stop the attack? No. And if the FBI director and the Attorney General had gone back day after day to their department, to the White House, what would they have shaken loose? We now know from testimony before the commission that buried in the FBI was the fact that 2 of the hijackers had entered the United States. That kind of information was shaken out in December 1999. It would have been shaken out in the summer of 2001 if she had been doing her job.
My name is Valerie Plame Wilson. I've served the United States loyally and to the best of my ability as a covert operations officer for the Central Intelligence Agency. I worked on behalf of the national security of our country, on behalf of the people of the United States, until my name and true affiliation were exposed in the national media on July 14, 2003. All of my efforts on behalf of the national security of the United States, all of my training, all of the value of my years of service were abruptly ended when my name and identity were exposed irresponsibly.
That's not treason anymore, outing a spy? Valerie Plame was the CIA's operational officer in charge of counter-proliferation, which means she tracked loose nukes. So when Bush said, as he once did, that his absolute #1 priority was preventing terrorists from getting loose nukes, okay, that's what she worked on. That's what she devoted her life to, staying undercover for 20 years, maintaining 2 identities every goddamn day. This is extraordinary service to your country. Valerie Plame was the kind of real-life secret agent George Bush dreams of being when he's not too busy pretending to be a fighter pilot. This was a military assassination of one of our own, done through the press, ordered by Karl Rove. Mark Twain said, "Patriotism is supporting your country all the time, and your government when it deserves it." Valerie Plame is a patriot because she spent her life serving her country. Valerie Plame kept her secrets. The Bush administration leaked like the plumbing at Walter Reed.
So we've now learned through sworn testimony that at least 3 members of your administration, other than Scooter Libby, leaked Valerie Plame's identity to the media. Can you tell us whether you authorized any of these 3 to do that, or did they authorize without your permission?
Yeah, thanks, Pete. I'm not going to talk about any of it.
They're not under investigation, though.
Peter, I'm not going to talk about any of it.
How about pardon, sir? Many people are asking whether you might pardon
Not
somebody.
going to talk about it, Peter.
When you have a precedent set like that, and you have somebody, George Tenet, acknowledging in his book that he knew that the administration was deceiving the American people into a situation that is murdering young men and women from this country and others, that George Tenet and Dick Cheney and Condoleezza Rice and George Bush et al. Should be in fucking jail.
Is he the worst president ever? Ever! I mean, when this man's term is over, he has to walk back to Texas. The sheer volume. The volume of scandals, of bloopers, boners, and practical jokes. Katrina and Abu Ghraib, Walter Reed, Alberto Gonzalez, not getting bin Laden, outing a CIA agent. He tried to appoint his cleaning lady to the Supreme Court. I'm not making this shit up. He tried to sell the ports to an Arab country because nothing ever gets in the way of crony capitalism. He sat there for 7 minutes when he was told the words, "The country is under attack." Not that I'm suggesting you get up on it. That's not the implication at all. I'm just saying, FYI, the country. Yes, we took a chance and we elected a guy who we wanted to have a beer with. But maybe next time we'll understand. No, we need an exceptional person in this job. For all their flaws, Al Gore was an exceptional person. John Kerry was an exceptional person. George Bush is a special person.
1, 2, 3, 4. Just seems like I was here yesterday. I was. I'd like to stay here all day, but I gotta go to Vegas. Let me. I really. I'm not. You'll be. Let me. It's hard for me to explain why that was the case. Just take my word for it.